Welcome to the Coach's Corner. John Stanko of ICGales.com, being joined by Billi Chambers, head coach of the Iona College women's basketball team. Coach, you got a young team thus far, a lot of lessons to be learned in the early portions of the season. What do you think the biggest lesson your team has learned thus far early on?
I think the biggest lesson for the young ones is really just getting to college game pace on both ends of the floor, defensively and offensively, and understanding that, you have a go-to move, and once you go to it, teams are going to stop it, and you have to have something there. You have to have a counter. Defensively, that just because you cut them off, they have a counter, and really having to continue to play at college pace at a quicker speed, and then be a little bit more dominant and a little bit more physical. So, they're in that process. They're getting a lot of minutes, our freshmen, which is exciting, I think, and it'll be really good for us come conference play. But they're really just learning how to play at this level, and trying to mesh all of it together. I think, despite the record at this point, I'm excited about our performance last game and some of the progress that we made there. But just really optimistic about the things that they're learning and the things that they're doing better, and that some of the conversations I'm hearing them have in terms of how to prepare for games, how to get themselves to college pace, and what they need to be doing to be successful.
Yeah, you guys, 77% of your roster is underclassmen. That's top in the MAC. And one of those freshmen is Toyosi Abiola, a three-time MAC Rookie of the Week. She's absolutely dynamic. But you're beginning to see opponents game plan for her more on the defensive side. How has Abiola adjusted her game to combat more teams focusing in on her?
Well, I think she's really started to understand the mental part of it and not second guessing herself. She's coming over and she's starting to see a different style of game and really trying to adjust to it, and saw some success early, and then saw some opponents who really stopped her. So she started to get into that mode where you kind of question yourself, well, what do I need to do? How do I need to do it? And most players tend to kind of slow down when that happens. And she did just that and slowed down and realized that it wasn't effective for her. She needs to use her speed to her advantage. So she really got herself settled. Her teammates did a great job of infusing that confidence in her. Our upperclassmen or leadership group, rather, since we don't really have very many upperclassmen, do a good job of talking to her and telling her what they need from her. They need her to score. They need her to be on that sheet when other teams are looking, saying, we got to stop this kid, so it helps open up things for everybody else on the team. And I think as she continues to grow that confidence and understand what she can do, she'll continue to play at a high level.
And someone who has a lot of confidence is Alexis Low. She shoots the ball quite often. Her shooting percentages are down just a little bit from her career average, but we know that she could turn it on at any moment. So how do you keep her confidence up as the season unfolds?
Absolutely. I think, Lex and I have had some great conversations in the past couple weeks just about getting herself back to a rhythm. Again, you talk about that slowing down. You tend to do, if you start to miss a shot, kind of slow it down and place it in the basket. And she got into that rut a little bit, but we have all the confidence in the world in Lex and her ability to shoot, her ability to create things on the offensive end, ability to make things happen and get in there and mix it up, get offensive rebounds and post up until her shot starts falling a little bit more. I thought she shot it well last game. The first shot, not so close, but after that, I think she was 3 for 4 from the three-point line. So I think she's back into her rhythm. It's just a matter of her continuing to do her thing and do what she does well.
Yeah, let's talk about the game against St. Francis Brooklyn. Your team's best offensive game of the season thus far in terms of points scored. What did you see from the motion offense that you really liked against the Terriers?
We moved the ball. We got 20 assists on 63 points, and I think that's something that we've been preaching to our young team for a while. And again, there's a learning curve when you come into college and you think, I make this move, I got it, and you take a lot of contested shots instead of understanding truly what we're looking for offensively. And as we continue to start to grow and move the ball and then put the defensive side together, we haven't really played a full game yet. We haven't really played both sides the way that our standard, dictates. So as they learn that, as they learn to move the ball and find each other and do that a lot better, we're going to continue to grow.
And now, upcoming up, you have Kansas, and that'll be the end of your non-conference schedule. So just more broad question here. In playing the non-conference, do you hold anything close to the events to then bring out during conference play in terms of like a secret weapon, if you will? Or do you put everything out on the table and try and fine-tune everything, knowing you guys have everything, a baseline going into MAC play?
No, I don't think there are any secret weapons. I don't think that I'm that type of coach or we're that type of staff. We look for what can make us successful and try to teach as much as possible. And again, try to help this young group grow. So not, hiding anything. Of course, we'll continue to try to make moves as we see what we can take advantage of with other teams. But no big secrets that we're hiding. If we're still hiding them, then we're probably in trouble.
Well, let's end on a bit of a happy note here. The holiday season's coming up, so a couple of quick fire questions for you before we let you go. Favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, What's the one where the kid gets his tongue stuck on the pole?
The Christmas Story.
The Christmas Story, yeah.
Christmas Story. Favorite Christmas song?
All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey.
That's a good one. Best gift ever received?
Oh, gosh. For Christmas?
For Christmas.
I don't know. The win against Kansas on Wednesday.
What's the best gift you ever given to somebody that got the best reaction?
We're going to have a really good reaction coming up when my sisters see the gifts that I send them, so stay tuned.
That's a bit of a tease there.
It is. They're going to like this one.
And a New Year's resolution?
I think, as always, is to continue to grow, continue to be open, and continue to find different ways to be my best self for our program, for our coaches, for our players.
Coach Chambers, appreciate the time and best of luck.
Thank you.